Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're now live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. Mamamayang Liberal Representative Laila de Lima rejected Vice President Sara Duterte's claim that the second impeachment complaint is baseless, saying it rests on the same grounds as the first but is now supported by additional evidence. A war of words over the West Philippine Sea escalated Sunday after PCG spokesperson Commodore J. Tariela rebuked a lawmaker's call for him and other officials to be sent to the front lines in a potential war with China. Senator Chis Escudero and Leyte Representative Martin Romualdez will not be among officials recommended for criminal or administrative charges by the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee over the Floodgate scandal. Even after linking President Marcos to alleged flood control anomalies, former lawmaker Saldico is not prioritizing testifying against him in impeachment proceedings, his lawyer said. The Senate Blue Ribbon Committee will re-examine President Marcos's possible liability in the flood control corruption case as it amends its draft to report secure enough signatures for plenary deliberation. The Philippines' government bond market posted record trading volumes in 2025, signaling stronger liquidity and investor confidence, according to the Bureau of Treasury. In an industry where romance is often measured by timelines and expectations, Barbie Imperial is choosing to slow down. Ernest John Obiena clinched the third place at the INIT indoor meeting, Karlsruhe in Germany on Monday, Manila time. Today is the 9th of February 2026, Monday, and I'm Eliana Lacap, bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. The shear line will bring cloudy skies and scattered rains and isolated thunderstorms to southern Luzon, western and eastern Visayas, Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon, and Masbate today. The northeast monsoon will cause cloudy skies with light rains over Cagayan Valley, Bicol Region, Aurora, Nueva Ecija, Bulacan, Rizal, Laguna, Quezon, Oriental Mindoro, Marinduque, Romblon, and the rest of Luzon. Flash floods or landslides are possible in areas with moderate to heavy rains. Northern and central Luzon, eastern southern Luzon, and parts of Visayas will experience strong to gale force winds with rough to very rough seas. Other areas, moderate winds and moderate to rough seas. Now for a traffic update. Heavy volume of vehicles is reported at Balintawak Cloverleaf southbound heading to A. Bonifacio EDSA, moving at approximately 5 to 10 kilometers per hour. Light traffic is observed at Balintawak Toll Plaza, approaching Mindanao Toll Plaza, Bocaue Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. Balintawak southbound previously had a stalled vehicle causing approximately 700 meters of traffic buildup, but the site has been cleared. Pulilan northbound entry and Pulilan southbound exit are temporarily closed for road enhancement works at Pulilan interchange from February 8th to February 13th. Motorists are advised to take alternate routes. All other areas of NLEX, SOTEX, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are experiencing light traffic conditions. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. Representative Laila de Lima on Monday dismissed Vice President Sara Duterte's claim that a second impeachment complaint against her is, quote, baseless, saying it builds on the same grounds as the first complaint, but now includes new evidence, including an affidavit from a former aide. alleging misuse of confidential funds. De Lima expressed confidence the complaint will pass House scrutiny and proceeded to the Senate, stressing Duterte must disprove the allegations. The filing follows the 2025 impeachment, nullified by the Supreme Court on procedural grounds, and cites corruption, misuse of public funds, abuse of power, and unexplained wealth. Now, tensions over the West Philippine Sea flared after PCGWPS spokesperson Commodore J. Tariela rebuked Sagip Party List Representative Paulo Marcoleta for suggesting he and other officials be sent to the front lines if China attacks. Tariela reaffirmed his commitment to defend the country and invited Marcoleta and his father, Senator Rodante Marcoleta, to a maritime awareness flight. The exchange sparked political reactions with the Malacanang, emphasizing diplomacy, while civic leaders cited UN clause and the 2016 arbitral ruling, warning that undermining national defense weakens the Philippines' legal and strategic position. Now, Senator Chis Escudero and later Representative Martin Romualdez will not face criminal or administrative charges in the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee's floodgate investigation. As committee chair, Senator Panfilo Lacson cited insufficient evidence and their roles as non-primary actors. Escudero was linked to alleged 160 million pesos in kickbacks from flood control projects, but the key testimony lacked corroboration. Romualdez's accuser Orly Gutesa could not be located for a follow-up. Both are recommended for further investigation, while the committee moves forward with charges against the other officials implicated in the scheme. Former lawmaker Saldico, linked to the flood control corruption scandal, says testifying against President Marcos in impeachment proceedings is a low priority. His lawyer, Roy Rondan, said. Co admitted involvement in the scheme but insists he did not personally profit and refuses restitution. His allegations could still aid an investigation if properly sworn. Now in hiding abroad due to non-bailable charges, Co, former House Appropriations Committee chair and founder of Sunwest Construction, is accused of using his position to siphon billions from the government's infrastructure projects. Now, the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee is set to re-examine President Marcos' potential role in the flood control corruption scandal, preparing amendments to its draft report to secure the signatures needed for plenary deliberation. No direct evidence links Marcos to bribery or negligence, but the probe continues. Draft recommendations still include plunder and malversation charges against Senator Joel Villanueva and Jinggoy Estrada, supported by detailed ledgers, while other lawmakers including Chis Escudero, Mark Villar, Grace Poe, Nancy Binay, and Martin Romualdez face a further investigation. The final report requires approval from at least 11 senators. In 2025, the Philippines' government bond market reached record trading volumes, with secondary market activity hitting 12.68 trillion pesos, nearly 4 times the 2015 level, and recovering sharply from the pandemic low of 2.98 trillion pesos in 2022. The growth signals stronger investor confidence, wider participation across short, medium, and long-term securities, and improved market resilience. National Treasurer Sharon Almanza credited the surge to regular treasury issuances, modernized market infrastructure, and closer coordination with primary dealers, enhancing liquidity, transparency, and efficiency while supporting sustainable economic growth. Now, Barbie Imperial is taking a mindful approach to love, prioritizing personal growth, faith, and emotional maturity over rushing relationships. In an interview with Augie Diaz, she opened up about her relationship with Richard Gutierrez, highlighting respect, understanding, and privacy, especially around his children and family. Barbie denied rumors linking her to Richard's separation from Sara Labati, clarifying their romance began after his marriage ended. She emphasizes self-awareness, thoughtful communication, and quiet stability choosing to live authentically and trust God's timing instead of seeking public approval or certainty. Now, Ernest John Obiena claimed the third place at the NIIT indoor meeting in Karlsruhe, Germany on Monday, Manila time. Coming a day after winning the 12th Asian Indoor Athletics Championship in China, Obiena cleared the 5.70 meters on his first attempt. Norway's Sondre Gotorsmen took gold with 5.84 meters, while the US's Cole Walsh earned a silver at 5.78 meters. Obiena now aims to clear the 5.90 meters to secure qualification for the World Athletics Indoor Championships in Poland from March 20th to 22. Now a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for integrity and commitment, Leo. There's no need for shortcuts. Your credibility and ethics are your true strengths. Even if you feel behind, avoid tactics that make you cringe internally. The cosmos asks, are you ready to give your all and receive with integrity intact? Make sure your answer is a clear and confident yes every time. Staying true to yourself today ensures the long-term success and self-respect. Now, Katribu, did you know that on February 9, 1837, Father Jose Apolonio Burgos, one of the Filipino martyr priests collectively called the Gomburza, was born in Vigan, Ilocos Sur? Burgos became a champion of Filipino secular priests, demanding equal rights under Spanish rule. After the 1872 Cavite Mutiny, he was falsely accused of inciting rebellion. On February 17, 1872, he was executed by garrote at Bagong Bayan, steadfastly declaring his innocence. Before his death, he urged the youth to seek education and remain proudly Filipino. His life and sacrifice inspired later generations in the fight for Philippine independence, making him a lasting symbol of courage, intellect, and reform. Now, this morning's viral story is a TikTok video that has racked up 111,000 views, teaching viewers the proper use of a table and teaspoons in a funny way. Curious mga katribu? Let's watch this.
Ito ay teaspoon kasi panghalo siya ng tea. At ito naman ay tablespoon kasi panghalo siya ng ito ay teaspoon.
That's all for now, mga katribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.